to another episode of Watch Once Over. My name is Big E. Today we're going to be looking at this beautiful Astron green nebula. This is the SSH079, and it has the 5x53 movement in there, and it's available at AZ Fine Time right now for just over $2,000. Here's the information on that one. And this watch is just simply stunning. This is a candidate for only watch you need. But before we check this out, here's a little bit more about azfinetime.com. Arizona Fine Time is located in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I'll leave a link to the website in the description. They stock many luxurious and great brands like Maurice Lacroix, Seiko, Seiko Lux, Tutima, Luminox, Laco, Mule Glasuit, and exclusive brands like high-end G-Shock, Accutron, Ball, and many others. Come check us out, and you're going to love what you see. Thanks. Okay, guys, we're back. Now, this is the Astron Green Nebula. This is a steel version with Seiko's patented super hard coating in black. You have a green ceramic bezel, and then you have that nebula dial. Let me zoom in on that so you can look at that. See, the dial is just like a field of stars in the nebula. This is just beautiful. Around each subdial, the three main subdials, you have this green ring that pops out when you turn it at certain angles. And this watch is also equipped with Seiko's domed super clear crystal. Now, this coating also repeats itself on the bracelet, and I've never seen one of these scratched up. I don't know what they coat this with, but it is great. Now, you have a twin trigger deployment clasp that is signed Seiko, and it has an integral clasp adjustment, as you can see. So it's on the fly adjustment right there. That's pretty cool. Fully milled swing arm. The back is has a planet with Seiko GPS solar on there. And the way this watch works is it breaks the world up into a grid. And every foot, I say every foot, it can change the GPS location, and it can log into one of 4 satellites, coordinate the satellites from where it's at in the world, and set the time instantaneously. Now, let's start with the subdial down here at the bottom. That is your home time subdial, and you can set that to wherever you live if you're going to travel a lot, or you can switch it up and set it to a place where your friends live. So, for instance, my family lives in back east, and I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona. So if you push these 2 buttons simultaneously, it swaps the time. See that? It has some of the fastest hands of all quartz watches, and some of the fastest GPS acquisition. Switch the time back, and it'll swap time zones again. Now, it's very interesting to know that both time zones has daylight savings time mode and perpetual calendars. This watch will never be wrong. It is good till February 28th of 2100. So that's pretty cool. Now, these watches are supremely accurate. With the aid of this GPS technology, they are accurate within 1 second in 100,000 years. So it's safe to say that your Astron will always have the right time. Now, you have these indices that are on a special ring that float atop the beautiful nebula dial, and they are all Zuratu polished indices with lume plots on the end of them. On the Reholt, you get these numbers, and that is your UTC, Universal Time Coordinator, up top, which is England, and then my time zone would be 7. Now, you can let it set itself up by itself, or you can pull the crown out once and control the main hands, and you can move the time zones just like that, however you want, and then pop it back in. It doesn't have a screw down crown, but it does have 100 meters of water resistance. Okay, and then you do get these two pump style pushers for hooking up to the GPS signal, which I already acquired the GPS signal. You just push this button down and hold it. Then the hands will move, and then it will start acquiring the GPS signal. It's going to say no because I'm indoors, but as soon as you go outdoors and get a shot of one of the 4 satellites, it will go exactly to the right time, and it'll do that every time. So I think it's pretty cool. Now, over here on the right subdial, that is your control subdial. You have your leap seconds, because every couple years, watches or the atomic clock is off by a couple seconds, but this corrects it. You also have your daylight savings time, your automatic connection, and then right now it's on the power reserve mode. You also have airplane mode on here, which is pretty cool. Now you have a white printing on a black date wheel on a chrome surround date box right at 4:30, and then you have another smaller subdial right at the end of the 4 o'clock indice, and that's your day-night indicator, 24-hour indicator. The green is for the daylight, the black is obviously for the nighttime. On the right subdial, those are your days of the week, and like I said before, this is equipped with a perpetual calendar. Excellent knurling on the crown. This one is stainless steel, and it does have that famous Zaratsu polish case, if you were wondering, and twin trigger deployant class. Now, in case you don't believe me about the Astron being your only watch, because it can change time zones on its own, and it also has dual time, so you do have that GMT capability, because this will tell you your secondary time zone. But I want to say that I wear an Astron also all the time. This is my personal Astron, and as you can see, they are exactly in sync, because there's no other watches as accurate as these in the world, as far as I know, because they have that constant GPS acquisition now every day. So this is real nice. It does have Lumi Bright. Let me show you that. And then I'll measure it for you. This is your transitioning loom on here. And this is your nighttime shot, and it does have that dive style loom that is going to last for a really long time. Now, to get to the sub dial, you pull it out twice, and it goes to the same thing. You can change the time zones just like that, and you can also change the daylight saving time on the sub dial also. So it's really intuitive, really easy to use. These are some of the simplest watches to use and acquire the GPS signal. That's one of the things I like about them so much, is the simplicity of the watch. Now, this one is going to be 40, about 40, just a little over 43 millimeters. The thickness is 13.7. The lug is going to be 50, just about 52. But on these watches, you get the Seiko magic trick, and Seiko has a way of making the watches feel small on your wrist. My wrist is 7.25 inches. This is what it looks like on my wrist. It looks really great. And remember, you do have that on-the-fly micro adjust. And the watch just has everything you need, nothing you don't. And I want to say this is one of the strongest candidates for single watch collection. My name is Big E. That's the watch once over for today. This is available at azfinetown.com. Please like, subscribe, and as usual, God bless, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.